dugsiga boardingka iyo maalinlaha ah ee Amano Boarding and Day School.
Good morning, grade ones. Once again, it is another lesson that we have online today, and our lesson is going to be social studies. Our lesson is social studies, and we have our online lesson, and the topic of today is going to be our classroom. The topic of today is our classroom. Now, what is a classroom? What is a classroom? When we talk about a classroom is one of the places that we actually find in school. A classroom is one of the places that we actually find in school. And what is the use of a classroom? We use the classrooms for us to sit in and to be able to learn with properly as we are in school. And today we are majorly going to look at the things found in the classroom. What are these things that we normally get inside the classroom? We have several things that we will always be getting in the classroom, and we have to use them. That makes us, we always use them to be able to stay comfortably in class and be able to learn conducively. So today we are on the topic of a classroom, and we have to look at the things that are majorly placed or majorly found in a classroom. To start with, to help us understand more, we are going to look at a certain picture, several pictures with us here, and they are going to help us understand more about what a classroom is, what is its work, and the things that are normally found in a classroom. Now, we have I've already told you that a classroom is a place where pupils come in. They always move in to sit and learn. But now we are going further by understanding, by learning, getting to know the things that are always found in this classroom that help us to work comfortably. So the first one is the chairs. Most of the classrooms have got fitted with chairs. And what is the work of these chairs? The work of these chairs, children, you know, of course, we have to sit on the chairs as we are writing, so that now we can be able to do our work comfortably and properly. Now, chairs are used for sitting, and we get the chairs in the classroom for us to use them properly and find an easy way of learning comfortably. Then we have the bags. Bags are very important for us. Every person who moves in the classroom must always be having a bag. And the bag is equally very important because it helps us to be able to carry all the necessary things that we use in school, like books, pencils, pens, rubbers, your break, of course, and everything that you needed to carry to school. So bags are very important to us. So without the bags, where else, of course, can we carry the books from? We can't carry them from the hands because there are very many. So bags are very important to us because they help us carry our books safely to school and back at home. Okay. We have something else or other pictures of the things found in our classrooms are books. Yes, books are most of the major necessities or the things that are very important for us to have in the classroom. The books equally help us to be able to read properly, to be able to work conducively with the others in the classroom. Imagine you're seated in class without any book. How would you feel, children? It is very difficult for you to work without any book. Books are very important to us because they help us to be able to write any work that you're given to do and to be able to finish up all the assignments that we are given by the teachers. So these books are very important to us. Now, we have a whiteboard. A whiteboard is equally very, very important because this board is where now the teacher writes the work. The board is where the teacher writes the work. And sometimes if the teacher wants the pupils to be able to explain something, or to be able to show others what they have been, what they were doing, for them to get to an answer, for example, if it is mathematics, English, social studies, science, the teacher will call one of the children in front and then ask them to write the answers also on the board, so that the teacher can be able to understand, or the teacher can be able to make the others know exactly what she or he is doing. So boards are equally very important, because on these boards we write a lot of work. On these boards we do our working on, and they enable the class teachers and the class pupils to be able to learn comfortably in a classroom. Okay, we have the dustbin, one of the most important things found in the classroom, a dustbin. What is the work of a dustbin, children? Dustbins are very important to us because they enable us to keep our classroom very clean. When obviously when you're doing, either you're sharpening the pencils, or maybe you've cut a paper from your book, or maybe you've just eaten your break and you have all rubbish everywhere. So normally the teacher would tell you, pick all those rubbish and throw them in the dustbin. So dustbins are very necessary. They're very important for us to have them in the classrooms. Why? Because they help our classes to be clean and always neat all the time. Then we have the chalk. Chalks are the pen, a special pen that maybe the teacher uses to write, and without these chalks it is very hard for the teacher to be able to write. But some of the boards, the teacher would use what we call a board marker pen, and some of the classroom whiteboards or maybe blackboards, the teacher would use maybe the chalk boards. So it is just a special kind of pen that enables the teacher to be able to write on the board so that the pupils can be able to understand. So chalks are very, very important, and they are part of the things that we always get in our classroom. Okay, now tables, very important. What is the work of a table, or what is the work of a table? So tables are very important because especially when the teachers are working, or the teacher has to put the homework books, or anytime, children, when you come to school, normally the teachers would tell you, take your homework books and put them on the table. That table is very important because where can you put the books without putting on the table? When you put the books on the table, the classroom looks very, very neat. So tables are quite essential, and they help us a lot to be able to keep our classrooms neat and to keep our books safe and all the other materials that are found in the classrooms. And then we have desks. Desks are equally very important for students or pupils. Desks are found in the classrooms because this desk is the one that the student would be using to write his or her work. When the teacher asks you to write your work, of course you will always be taking your books out, and you don't write on your laps. You always put them on top of the table, and you be able to start writing using that table. So desks are very, very important to us, and they help us a lot when we are doing our work in the classroom. Now, how can you be able to work without a rubber? A rubber or an eraser is very important because most of the time when you're actually working, children, you tend to make mistakes. So when you make mistakes, it is very, very important for you to always use a rubber. Don't use your finger to rub. please do not use your finger to rub. So if you use a rubber, your book will always be very neat and your work will be pleasant for the teacher to look at, and also your parents to be able to see that you're doing good work from school. So rubbers or erasers, they are always used to help us keep our books neat while working. And anytime you make a mistake, you rub and then you rewrite again. Then we have the pencils. Pencils, one of the important tools students should be coming with to school. Every time when you come to school, the teacher will always be asking you, remove your pencil and start writing with it. So always when you're going to school, remember always again to carry your pencils in your bags, so that it is very easy for you to find an easy time with your teachers and also the other pupils in the classroom. You don't have to fidget around, you don't have to mingle around looking for a pencil, but all the time when the teacher says remove your work, remove your books, and you start writing, of course you always have your pencil with you. Now, okay, now in summary, what are we learning today? We are learning that a classroom is a place that pupils have to sit comfortably and learn, and it is very, very important for us to have a class. And this class, we have also seen that it is also very important to keep our classes clean, because when your class is dirty, we are going to encourage and invite a lot of diseases. So in summary, today we were looking at the things which are always found in the classroom, and they're very important. They help us to be able to work well and conducively with our teachers in school. And they are the chairs. In the classroom, we have the chairs. We also have the bags. In the classroom, we have the bags. We have the books, quite very, very important there. You don't come to school without your books, children. Always remember to carry your books to school. We have the whiteboard. The teacher has got a place for writing, and this is called the whiteboard. A dustbin, it helps our class to keep, it helps us to keep a clean environment in the classroom. We have the chalk. It's just one of the items that the teachers use for writing on the board. We have the desks, we have the tables, we have the rubbers, and lastly we have the pencils. There are many more, of course. I have just given a few, but these are quite essential, or they are very, very necessary things that we need to have around us, mostly in our classroom, so that we can work conducively and enjoy learning in our schools. Now, today is the end of our lesson. I do wish you the best, and I'm asking you to stay safe, and please remember to finish up your exam, and we shall be seeing you in the next lesson. Thank you and have a good day.